Doctors are astonished that these 7 fruits can dissolve blood clots rapidly. Did you know that a single blood clot, as small as a grain of rice, is enough to cause paralysis, a stroke, or even death in just a few minutes? That is the grim reality for thousands of people, simply because it wasn't detected early and they didn't know how to prevent it naturally from the start. But today, I want to share some incredibly good news with you. 7 common, affordable, and easy-to-find fruits have the power to dissolve blood clots quickly, acting like a natural clot-busting medicine. Research from major heart centers around the world has confirmed that certain enzymes, antioxidants, and flavonoids in these fruits, when consumed correctly, help improve blood circulation. They prevent clots from forming and even help break down existing ones. And the wonderful thing is, you can start today. You just need to choose the right fruits and use them the right way. Right now, I'm going to share the details of what those 7 fruits are, how to eat them correctly, and how to turn them into a daily life-saving remedy to keep you healthy, live longer, and stay far away from strokes. Fruit number 1, pineapple, the silent destroyer of blood clots in the body. If we're talking about a fruit that is both delicious and capable of gently yet effectively clearing out blood clots, pineapple is the top contender. It's no coincidence that many nutrition experts call pineapple the magic sweeper of the circulatory system. That's because it contains a very special enzyme called bromelain. This active compound has the ability to break down fibrin, a key component of blood clots. Imagine a blood clot as a thick sludge blocking a pipe, and bromelain as a powerful drain cleaner that dissolves it. This allows your blood to flow smoothly again. I remember an uncle of mine, 67 years old, who had a history of high cholesterol and a tendency for his blood to clot easily. He took his prescription medication regularly, but still felt lightheaded, had numb hands, and found it difficult to walk. When I suggested he add pineapple to his diet every day, he was skeptical at first, but he tried it. After just 2 months, he said his head felt much clearer, his blood pressure stabilized, and a checkup showed his clotting factors had improved significantly. His doctor was also surprised and encouraged him to continue, as it's one of the few natural foods that offers real, effective support. Besides helping to dissolve blood clots, pineapple is also great for your digestive system. Its natural enzymes help reduce bloating and indigestion, especially after meals rich in animal protein. Not only that, pineapple can also reduce joint inflammation and relieve pain in the knees and wrists, common problem areas for older adults. And with its high vitamin C content, pineapple boosts the immune system, helping your body fight off seasonal illnesses. The right way to use it is to eat 2 to 3 slices of fresh pineapple after a meal or juice it and drink it in the morning. You should absolutely not eat it on an empty stomach because pineapple is acidic and its enzymes are strong, which can cause stomach irritation. For those of you taking blood thinners, you should consult your doctor before consuming it regularly to avoid any unwanted interactions. So, what do you think about protecting your blood vessels and preventing a stroke with just a few slices of pineapple each day? If you find this valuable, leave a comment. I will add pineapple to my diet to prevent blood clots and live a healthy life every day. Let's work together to protect our health naturally and sustainably. Fruit number 2, pomegranate, a tiny fruit that can soften blood clots in your artery walls. A study at Queen Mary University of London once astonished the medical community. It revealed that just by adding pomegranate juice to your daily diet, the risk of blood clots forming in your arteries could be reduced by up to 30%. This isn't just a random number. Pomegranate contains a large amount of polyphenol, especially punicalagins. These are incredibly powerful antioxidants that help soften artery walls, reduce platelet stickiness, and prevent blood from thickening. Even more remarkably, this compound also helps to gradually break down the fibrin layer, which is the glue that causes blood to clump and block arteries. I once met an elderly woman in her 70s. She was small in stature, but always complained of aching legs, especially at night. She said every step felt like something heavy was pressing inside her blood vessels. Her son, after reading a scientific paper, advised her to drink fresh pomegranate juice every morning. She stuck with it for 6 weeks, and the results brought joy to the whole family. The aching sensation was significantly reduced. She slept better, and most importantly, she felt her steps were lighter and more relaxed. The nightly leg cramps gradually disappeared without needing to increase her medication. Besides its benefits for blood circulation, pomegranate also helps reduce inflammation, stabilize blood pressure, and enhance memory. For seniors, protecting the artery walls and maintaining their elasticity is a crucial factor for survival, and pomegranate is a powerful ally that helps do just that, without the side effects of many blood thinners. The most effective way to consume it is to drink fresh, pure juice after breakfast or eat half a fruit directly each day. However, people with stomach ulcers or very low blood pressure should consult a doctor before using it long-term. The more you learn about pomegranates, the more you see they aren't just a fruit but a living medicine. The small seeds pack enough power to soften the hardest things in your body, from blood vessels to the worries of old age. So, what about you? If you want to live a long and healthy life, leave a comment. I will add pomegranates to my diet daily to keep my blood vessels clear and prevent strokes. Let's continue our journey to a healthy life, all the way into our golden years. Fruit number 3, red grapes, the natural shield that prevents platelets from sticking and safely thins the blood. If there's one fruit that could stand in for blood-thinning medication in our daily meals, it would surely be red grapes. They may have a delicate skin, but inside each red grape lies an extraordinary antioxidant, resveratrol. Hundreds of studies have confirmed its ability to naturally thin the blood, prevent blood clots, and reduce the risk of stroke and heart attack. The magic lies in how resveratrol works. It prevents blood platelets from sticking together, which is the very first step in forming a blood clot. Instead of letting platelets clump into thick masses that block arteries and slow down blood flow, resveratrol disperses them. This helps the blood flow smoothly, allowing the heart and brain to work with less effort. And importantly, red grapes do this without the side effects of prescription drugs. I was once told by a geriatric doctor that if every older adult could eat red grapes regularly, the number of patients hospitalized for strokes could drop significantly. That statement has always stuck with me, and since then, I've often advised my loved ones to start with a small bunch of red grapes each day. This is especially true for my relatives with a history of high blood pressure or atherosclerosis. A 68-year-old neighbor of mine once suffered from a blocked artery in his leg. Whenever he stood for a long time, his leg would turn purplish and ache terribly. After switching to a plant-rich diet, especially eating red grapes daily, he told me something strange happened. His leg was no longer purple, it didn't hurt to stand for long periods, and he felt noticeably healthier. Besides its effect on blood vessels, red grapes also help protect the cardiovascular system, slow down the aging of brain cells, reduce bad cholesterol, and improve memory. These are all benefits that every older adult needs as their body starts to slow down. However, you should be mindful to eat fresh grapes with the skin on, as most of the resveratrol is in the skin. Avoid dried grapes or bottled juices, which are often high in sugar and preservatives. You should aim for 100 to 150 grams per day, divided into 2 servings after your main meals. We often think of medicine when we have a health problem. But sometimes, a simple fruit like red grapes, if used consistently and correctly, can be a biological shield, protecting our blood vessels from silent dangers. So, are you ready to add red grapes to your meals today? If you see this as a practical solution, please leave a comment. I choose red grapes as a natural way to protect my blood vessels and heart every day. With one small change, we can sometimes prevent the biggest health problems from happening. Fruit number 4, kiwi, the green fruit that helps reduce the risk of blood clots in just a few weeks. It's not an apple. In a study at the University of Oslo in Norway, scientists discovered something amazing. Just by eating 2 kiwis a day for 4 weeks, the risk of platelet aggregation, the cause of blood clots, decreased by nearly 20%. This result was published in the prestigious medical journal Platelets, making the global cardiology community take notice of this seemingly mild fruit. I remember a gentleman named Tom, 64 years old, who was always careful and had regular checkups. One time, after a blood test, his doctor told him his blood viscosity was high, indicating a clear underlying risk of blood clots. Wary of using long-term blood thinners, he turned to natural solutions. A nutritionist suggested he eat kiwi every day, just like taking medicine. At first, he found the slightly sour taste a bit off-putting, but he got used to it. After just 1 month at his follow-up appointment, his doctor was surprised to see his clotting indicators had dropped significantly. His blood was flowing better, he was sleeping more soundly, and his body felt lighter. The special effectiveness of kiwi comes from the combination of high-dose vitamin C, natural polyphenol, and the enzyme actinidin. All of these work together to reduce platelet stickiness, make blood vessels more elastic, fight inflammation, and stabilize blood pressure. Kiwi is also a low-sugar, low-calorie fruit, making it suitable for people with diabetes, heart conditions, or those managing their weight. However, to get the most benefit from kiwi, you should eat 1 to 2 fresh kiwis daily, preferably after a main meal. If you can tolerate it, keep the fuzzy skin on, as it's rich in fiber and valuable flavonoids. Don't consume kiwi with milk within an hour, as the enzyme actinidin can cause milk protein to curdle, making it hard to digest. In the colorful world of fruits, the kiwi is like a silent warrior. It's small and soft, but it quietly fortifies your artery walls, helps your blood flow gently, reduces pressure on your heart, and prevents sudden strokes. If you've overlooked kiwi before, now is the time to see it in a new light. And if you think kiwi deserves a place in your diet, please leave a comment. I choose kiwi every day for better circulation and a lighter body. A small action today can be the foundation for strong health tomorrow. Fruit number 5. Orange, a familiar fruit that acts as a barrier to prevent blood clots from forming. Of all the fruits recommended for older adults, oranges often top the list due to their rich vitamin C content. But there's something few people know. Oranges don't just boost your immune system. They are also a powerful ally in preventing blood clots, reducing stroke risk, and protecting blood vessels from hardening. The magic lies in a compound called hesperidin, a natural flavonoid found in oranges, especially in the white pith right next to the segments that many people throw away. Hesperidin has been proven to increase the elasticity of artery walls, reduce plaque buildup, and inhibit platelet stickiness, the first step in clot formation. Furthermore, when combined with vitamin C, these two substances work like a perfect duo, both fighting inflammation and helping to clean out the blood vessels. I remember an acquaintance, a retired teacher, who had experienced a minor transient ischemic attack or a mini stroke. After that, she became very mindful of her diet. She told me that ever since she started drinking orange juice every morning, without discarding the white pith, she felt her mind was sharper, her blood pressure was stable, and importantly, she no longer had numbness in her hands and feet like before. Her monitoring doctor also noted that her blood vessel indicators had improved significantly, without needing to increase her medication. Besides preventing blood clots, oranges also help lower blood pressure gently thanks to natural potassium, reduce bad cholesterol, protect the heart, boost immunity, and ease sore throats and colds. These benefits are crucial when the weather changes. They also aid in iron absorption, preventing anemia, a common condition in older adults. The most effective way to use them is to eat fresh oranges, keeping the pulp and the white pith around the segments. If you drink orange juice, it's best to squeeze it by hand to retain the fiber and drink it immediately after squeezing to avoid vitamin loss. You shouldn't consume oranges too late in the evening, as it might cause you to wake up to use the restroom at night. Perhaps until now, many people thought of oranges as just a fruit for fighting off colds. But now you can see clearly that the orange is a silent guardian, protecting your blood vessels from blockages that could take a life in an instant. If you agree, please leave a comment. I will use oranges correctly every day to keep my blood vessels clear and stop worrying about strokes. Because health doesn't come from grand gestures, but from small habits, repeated correctly every day. Fruit number 6. Berries, a natural medicine that cleans your blood and prevents strokes with just a handful a day. A 60% reduction in the risk of blood clot formation. Improved blood vessel function in just 8 weeks. Those were the results of a study conducted in the US on older adults who consumed blueberries daily. It might sound like an advertisement, but this is real data published in the Journal of Gerontology. And what stunned many heart specialists was that this effect came from a very small amount, just 1 cup of berries a day. So, what creates such a powerful effect? The answer lies in the deep blue, purple, and red pigments characteristic of berries, called anthocyanins. This substance isn't just a plant color, it's a biological shield that fights oxidative stress inside our blood vessels. It prevents the formation of blood clots and softens artery walls, helping blood flow gently and significantly reducing the pressure on the heart and brain. And that's not all. Anthocyanins also help stabilize blood sugar levels, reduce bad cholesterol, and fight inflammation, all factors that often accompany the risk of blood clots. I remember an older gentleman telling me that he used to get dizzy and have headaches frequently, especially after his afternoon nap. After a relative from abroad sent him some boxes of dried blueberries, he tried eating a few spoonfuls each day. He felt better, so he kept it up. About a month later, he noticed his headaches had eased, his blood pressure was more stable, and he was sleeping more deeply. Later, upon analysis, I realized it was the anthocyanins in those berries that had helped improve his circulation and reduce platelet stickiness in his arteries. Another major benefit is that berries like blueberries, strawberries, and raspberries are very low in sugar and high in fiber. This makes them excellent for people with diabetes and high blood pressure. You should eat them fresh, about 50 to 100 grams a day, or mix them with plain yogurt after breakfast. If you use frozen or dried forms, choose those without added sugar or preservatives. Instead of waiting until your blood vessels are clogged to worry about treatment, why not start caring for them now, with just a small cup of berries each day? If you also believe in the power of nature over medicine, please leave a comment. I choose berries to nourish my blood vessels and prevent blood clots, starting today. Because small, correct actions can always lead to big results. Fruit number 7. Tomatoes, the red warrior that silently prevents blood clots and protects vessels from stroke. Just 1 glass of tomato juice a day can significantly reduce the risk of blood clot formation within 21 days. This was the conclusion of a research project at the University of Aberdeen in the United Kingdom. What particularly caught the scientists' attention was the compound lycopene, found in extremely high concentrations in ripe red tomatoes. It's been described as a natural shield that protects artery walls from hardening, inflammation, and platelet stickiness. Lycopene acts like a biological nonstick agent. It makes platelets, which tend to clump together when the body is tired, stressed, or dehydrated, become loose and float freely instead of gathering to form a clot. Not only that, lycopene also reduces inflammation in the vessels and helps clear out cholesterol buildup, allowing blood to flow smoothly without obstruction. I once heard Mr. Howard, who is 70, share his story. When he was still working a government job, he suffered from high blood pressure and a mild heart attack that put him in the hospital for a week. Since retiring, he has switched to a diet rich in vegetables and fruits, and he makes a point to drink tomato juice every morning. He said that every time he goes for a checkup, his doctor praises him for his stable blood work. He no longer has thick blood or slow clotting like before. He was happy, but he told me, "I didn't do anything drastic. I'm just loyal to my tomatoes every day." Besides helping to thin the blood, tomatoes also enhance vision thanks to vitamin A. They beautify the skin and fight aging with vitamins C and E. They help you sleep better and relax the nervous system. They also increase the elasticity of blood vessel walls, reducing the risk of a stroke at night. A note on using tomatoes. You should eat them ripe or cooked to better absorb the lycopene. You should not eat green tomatoes as they contain solanine, a toxin that can cause nausea and discomfort. It's best to juice ripe red tomatoes or lightly sauté them in olive oil to optimize the lycopene. Avoid eating tomatoes with raw cucumbers, as an enzyme in cucumbers can destroy the vitamin C in tomatoes. Tomatoes, a seemingly simple fruit, are actually a biological wall protecting against the silent clumping of blood in your vessels. If you feel this is a worthwhile natural way to prevent the risk of stroke, please leave a comment. I will use tomatoes correctly every day to keep my blood vessels clean and healthy. Because when your blood flows freely, life also flows more gently and peacefully. Friends, just a few pieces of fruit each day, if you choose the right ones, can create a silent defense system within your blood vessels. This helps your blood flow smoothly, your heart beat gently, and silent risks like strokes and blockages get pushed away without needing expensive medications or medical interventions. And if you feel what I've shared is valuable, please hit the like button on this video and share it with your family and friends. This way, more people can learn how to protect their blood vessels and prevent strokes with simple things anyone can do. However, it would be a real shame if you thought that just eating fruit was enough. The truth is, quite a few people still have strokes even though they eat all the best fruits. They have no idea that a small, seemingly harmless habit after meals is the reason why half, or even all, of the fruit's effectiveness is lost. I want you to imagine this. The fruit is the key, but if you don't know how to turn it in the right lock, the door to health remains shut. And that lock is what you do right after eating fruit. It seems secondary, but it determines everything. Next, I will share with you some simple post-meal habits. But if you know how to apply them correctly, the clot dissolving effect will increase threefold or even fivefold. This is knowledge that most people over 60 have never been told clearly. And because of that, they continue to carry silent blood clots within them every day. Habit number 1, gentle movement 15 minutes after eating to immediately open up blood flow. A study at the Johns Hopkins Heart and Vascular Institute showed that simply standing up and walking gently for 5 to 10 minutes after eating fruit increases blood circulation by nearly 50% compared to sitting or lying down immediately. This means that the active compounds in the fruit, like flavonoids, enzymes, and vitamins, are transported more quickly to your tissues and blood vessels. This speeds up the process of breaking down potential blood clots, softening artery walls, and boosting overall circulation. Essentially, after you eat fruit, especially antioxidant-rich ones like pineapple, red grapes, kiwi, or oranges, your body enters a state of nutrient absorption. If you sit still for too long, blood flow to your legs, abdomen, and heart slows down. Stagnant blood is the ideal environment for platelets to clump and fibrin to form, which is the foundation for a blood clot. Just by making a small change, like standing up, walking around the house, sweeping the yard, watering plants, or simply doing a few stretches and joint rotations, you activate your circulatory system. Your blood starts flowing at the right pace. Oxygen travels throughout your body, and the fruit you just ate can fully perform its role of cleaning your arteries. Another important point is not to drink cold water right after eating fruit and then exercising. Cold water causes blood vessels to constrict suddenly, slowing digestion and affecting the function of the enzymes in the fruit. Choose warm water or wait about 10 to 15 minutes after your meal before drinking. Maintaining a small habit after meals, like standing up for some light movement, costs no money and takes no time. But it can extend your life and significantly reduce the risk of strokes, blood clots, and heart attacks. If you find this a valuable practice for every day, leave a comment below. I will move gently after eating fruit for better circulation and a healthier life. Just by doing it consistently and correctly, you are paving the way for your blood to flow gently, right to your heart. Habit number 2, drinking a glass of warm water the right way to activate enzymes and speed up vessel cleaning. If fruit is the raw material for breaking down blood clots, then warm water is the delivery truck that transports those active compounds to where they're needed in the body. It may sound simple, but just by drinking a glass of warm water about 10 to 15 minutes after eating fruit, the clot dissolving effect can double compared to not drinking water or drinking it incorrectly. When you eat fruit, your body absorbs beneficial enzymes like bromelain from pineapple, resveratrol from red grapes, and hesperidin from oranges. But if you're dehydrated, the process of metabolizing and transporting these nutrients slows down, like a car running without fuel. Not only that, thick blood is also caused by chronic mild dehydration, a silent but very common issue in older adults. Warm water, around 100 to 104 degrees Fahrenheit, helps to gently dilate blood vessels, promote circulation, aid digestion, and especially, it activates the enzyme system to work more powerfully. Drinking very cold water does the opposite. It causes vessels to constrict and slows down intestinal movement, effectively freezing the enzymes. This prevents the fruit you just ate from delivering its full benefits. You can also boost the effect by infusing the warm water with a few slices of fresh ginger or a few drops of lemon juice. These are natural ingredients that help fight inflammation, clear out fatty deposits in the blood, and increase the blood's alkalinity, thereby preventing clot formation. An important point to remember is not to drink too much at once. Just 5 to 7 ounces is enough. Drink slowly, in small sips, to allow your body to absorb it without putting pressure on your kidneys or heart. You see, just 1 glass of warm water after a meal, which seems so trivial, can help fruit work as effectively as a targeted medicine without any side effects. If you also find this habit easy to do and beneficial in the long run, leave a comment. I will drink warm water after eating fruit to increase its effectiveness in protecting my blood vessels. Sometimes, the smallest things make the biggest difference for your health in old age. Habit number 3. Gentle self-massage after eating to stimulate blood flow from your palms to your heart. Both traditional and modern medical studies agree that applying pressure to certain points correctly can increase peripheral blood circulation, reduce microcirculatory blockages, and activate the cardiovascular system. If done right after eating fruit, this acts as a supportive launch pad, helping natural anti-clotting agents like bromelain, lycopene, or anthocyanins get delivered faster to the blood vessels, especially to areas at high risk for clots. Specifically, there are 3 areas you can work on yourself 10 to 15 minutes after eating. Gently massage each point for about 1 minute. First, the point in the center of your palm, which helps to calm the nervous system, relax the cardiovascular system, and regulate blood flow. Second, the fleshy spot between your thumb and index finger, which stimulates circulation and prevents stagnation in the head and face area, helping to prevent strokes. Third, the point in the sole of your foot, considered a gateway for vital energy, which helps push blood from your organs throughout your body, enhances detoxification, and improves overall circulation. Applying this gentle pressure after a meal, especially after you've consumed blood-thinning compounds from fruit, is like opening up a highway for your blood. It flows faster, more evenly, doesn't stagnate, and doesn't give platelets a chance to stick together. However, there is a small but important note. Never apply pressure when your stomach is full or when you are very tired. Rest for 10 minutes after eating, sit and relax, then begin the gentle massage. You don't need to press hard or have perfect technique. Just being consistent and gentle is enough to create a positive effect. This method is both easy and free, yet it has a profound impact on your circulatory system. As the saying goes, a light touch on the outside creates movement on the inside. If you find this small habit easy and useful, please leave a comment below. I will gently massage these points daily after eating fruit to boost my circulation and protect my heart. Caring for your blood vessels doesn't need to be complicated. Just being consistent is enough to live well from the core. Habit number 4. Don't lie down right after eating fruit to avoid blocking blood flow in your veins. Many of us have the habit of lying down to rest or sitting still for a long time right after eating fruit, especially after lunch or dinner. However, this is one of the silent mistakes that makes blood clots more likely to form. After eating, blood needs to be directed to the digestive system to process nutrients. But if you lie down right away, this process slows down. Blood can pool in the large veins in your abdomen, legs, and neck, which are common spots for blockages to first appear in the circulatory system. Not only does this affect digestion, but lying down right after eating fruit also reduces the effectiveness of natural anti-clotting agents like bromelain, resveratrol, and lycopene. Because blood circulation is slow, The nutrients aren't delivered in time to the areas that need them, such as the vessel walls in your brain, heart, and lungs. Another worrying thing is that when you lie on your back right after eating, gravity causes blood to pool in your abdomen and lower limbs. This increases the risk of varicose veins, causes a temporary spike in blood pressure, and, if repeated often, can lead to the formation of deep vein thrombosis. This is especially dangerous for older adults who are less active. So, what should you do? Instead of lying down, sit up straight or walk slowly around the house for about 10 to 15 minutes after eating. If you're tired, you can sit in a recliner with your feet slightly elevated to help blood return to the heart without extra effort. After 30 to 45 minutes, you can rest as you wish. By then, the initial phase of digestion and nutrient distribution is complete. Just one small change can help your blood flow freely, prevent your vessels from being compressed, and allow the clot-dissolving benefits of fruit to be fully realized. If you find this habit reasonable and easy to adopt, please leave a comment. I will not lie down right after eating fruit to keep my blood flowing well every day. Sometimes, just sitting up correctly helps your blood flow correctly, and your health moves in the right direction. Habit number 5. Combine fruits with healthy fats to increase the absorption of anti-clotting compounds by 2 to 3 times. This might surprise you, but the truth is that many important compounds in fruits, like lycopene in tomatoes, beta-carotene in papayas and oranges, and vitamins K and E, are all fat-soluble. This means that without fat to transport them, the body will absorb them poorly or not at all. This can significantly reduce the benefits of the fruit. This is also why many people eat fruit regularly but don't see a clear improvement in their circulation, blood pressure, or numbness and tingling. The problem isn't the fruit, but the way it's eaten, lacking the right combination. So, what kind of fat is good? These are unsaturated fats found in foods like avocados, which are rich in omega-9s and vitamin E. Extra virgin olive oil, often called liquid gold for blood vessels. Nuts and seeds like walnuts, almonds, flax seeds, and chia seeds, which are rich in omega-3s. And small, oily fish like sardines, herring, or mackerel. You only need to combine a small amount of these healthy fats about 10 to 20 minutes after eating fruit. For example, eat a couple of spoonfuls of ripe avocado after having an orange or kiwi. Use a spoonful of olive oil in a salad that includes pineapple or tomatoes. Or add a sprinkle of chia seeds to your red grape juice in the morning. One important thing is to avoid bad fats, like animal fats, deep-fried oils, and industrial margarine. These increase bad cholesterol, cause hardening of the arteries, and work against your goal of preventing blood clots. Imagine the fruit is a special vehicle carrying precious nutrients, and healthy fats are the highway that helps the vehicle get to the right destination quickly. If you find this combination simple yet effective, please leave a comment below. I will combine fruit with healthy fats to boost my blood vessel protection every day. Because sometimes, it's not about eating more, but eating smarter that is the key to lasting health. We have gone through 5 simple but extremely important habits to practice after eating fruit. Each habit is small, but if you consistently do them correctly every day, the effect of breaking down blood clots will not only be faster but also deeper. It will help clean your artery linings, significantly reduce the risk of stroke and heart attack, and keep your mind sharp, your limbs flexible, and your heart from having to work so hard. And if you find what I've shared to be useful, please don't forget to hit the like button on this video and share it immediately with your family and friends. This gives everyone the chance to care for their blood vessels with gentle, simple, and clearly effective actions. However, for this effect to be sustainable, not just for a day or two, but for a lifetime, you need one more simple yet powerful dietary secret. It not only helps dissolve blood clots, but also prevents them from coming back, turning your blood vessels into a healthy, free-flowing river that never gets blocked. Next, I will reveal 3 very special things that older adults should combine every day to make blood clots disappear as if they never existed, and thereby prevent strokes sustainably for the rest of their lives. First thing, maintain a natural anti-inflammatory diet, an environment where blood clots can't form. My dear friends, if a blood clot is the hidden enemy in your blood vessels, then chronic, low-grade inflammation is the door that opens the way for it to form. Every day, if your body experiences small inflammatory reactions from an unhealthy diet, too much bad fat, or refined sugars and starches, that's when your blood starts to change. It becomes thicker, stickier, and the platelets are ready to clump together at any moment. The first and most important solution to stop this process is to eat an anti-inflammatory diet. This means that every food you put into your body should be chosen to reduce inflammatory responses, increase circulation, and stabilize the internal environment of your blood vessels. Specifically, you should minimize animal fats, fried foods, organ meats, and processed foods with many additives. Avoid refined sugars, sodas, and industrial sweets. Instead, increase your intake of green vegetables, fresh fruits, small sea fish like mackerel and herring, and legumes and nuts like black beans, red beans, flax seeds, and walnuts. Prioritize pure vegetable oils, especially olive oil, sesame oil, and flaxseed oil. An anti-inflammatory diet helps reduce bad cholesterol, stabilize blood pressure, soften artery walls, and, most importantly, creates a biological environment where blood clots cannot take root and grow. This is the foundation that allows the active compounds from fruits to be fully effective and is the first step to maintaining clear blood vessels for life. If you find this way of eating simple, practical, and easy to do every day, please leave a comment. I choose to eat an anti-inflammatory diet every day to keep my arteries clean and prevent strokes long term. A correct meal is a correct step towards health and a long life. Second thing, do a 10-minute peripheral vascular exercise every morning to open up the body's second circulatory system. Many older adults think that a healthy diet is enough to prevent blood clots, but that's not the case. An equally important factor is the movement of the peripheral vascular system, which includes your hands, feet, wrists, and ankles, where blood can easily stagnate with lack of movement. Just think about it. How many times have you sat for a long time and your legs went numb, your hands felt cold, or your head felt dizzy? That is a sign that blood is not being pumped evenly to your extremities. The small vessels are being compressed, and gradually, bottlenecks form where a blood clot can appear at any time. The solution, just 10 minutes every morning with a simple exercise routine, is enough to awaken your peripheral circulation. You can do 200 arm swings, perhaps split into 2 sessions. Gently rotate your wrists and ankles in circles. Flex and extend your arms and legs alternately and rhythmically. Rotate your shoulders and knees 10 times in each direction. Or simply walk around your yard for 10 to 15 minutes each morning. These movements don't need to be fast, but they should be steady and in sync with your breathing. This helps the heart pump blood evenly to every capillary, to every nook and cranny of your body. When blood is flowing well, the natural anti-clotting compounds from your food also travel on the right path. This makes the process of dissolving clots happen in a coordinated and safe way. And remember, don't exercise on an empty stomach or right after a full meal. Choose the early morning when the air is fresh and your body has just woken up. This is when your blood vessels need to be gently awakened. If you find this method simple, free, and valuable for your long-term health, please leave a comment. I will exercise for 10 minutes every morning for better circulation and stroke prevention. Because when you actively move, life within your body begins to circulate most powerfully. Third thing, consistently have 2 types of fruit plus 1 source of healthy fat every day, the golden formula for clean blood vessels. If you had to choose one formula for life to keep your blood vessels clear, without clots or blockages, the answer is surprisingly simple: 2 types of fruit plus 1 healthy fat every day. This isn't a folk remedy, but a nutritional strategy recommended by many heart specialists, especially suitable for older adults. The 2 types of fruit here should be a combination of one rich in clot-dissolving enzymes, like pineapple, kiwi, or orange, and another containing powerful antioxidants, like red grapes, pomegranate, berries, or ripe tomatoes. Why 2? Because each type of fruit has its own mechanism of action. One breaks down fibrin, like bromelain in pineapple. Another prevents platelet stickiness, like resveratrol in red grapes. And another increases vessel elasticity, like lycopene in tomatoes. Alternating them helps to target different links in the chain of clot formation. And what about healthy fats? They're essential because many valuable nutrients in fruit are fat-soluble, not water-soluble. Without accompanying fats, the body's ability to absorb them could be cut in half. You can have a spoonful of olive oil, eat a quarter of a ripe avocado, or snack on a few walnuts each day. That's enough to meet your essential needs. The important thing here is not the quantity, but the consistency. When the right habit is repeated every day, the body creates a solid self-defense mechanism for the blood vessels, naturally pushing back the risk of stroke without medication. If you feel this 2 fruits, 1 healthy fat formula is right for you, please leave a comment. I will stick to the 2 fruits and 1 healthy fat formula every day to keep my blood vessels clean and live a full, healthy life. Because sometimes, persistence in small things is the foundation of a long, happy, and vibrant life. My dear friends, a blood clot can form in silence, but the consequences it leaves behind are never gentle. That's why today, I want to emphasize that vascular health is not found in complex or expensive things, but in the right habits repeated daily. Just by choosing the right fruits, eating them the right way, moving gently, and adding a little healthy fat, you are building a powerful natural defense system for your arteries, your heart, and your brain. If you found what I shared today helpful, please press the like button on this video, share it with your family and friends, and leave a sincere comment. I will maintain these 3 habits every day to prevent stroke and live a long, healthy life. Because who knows, maybe the commitment you make today will be the motivation that helps you live more peacefully and securely every day. Thank you for joining me until the end of this video. I'll see you in the next one, where we will continue our journey to live a healthy, peaceful, and full life.